All right, and we are live. Hello, everyone. I'm Alzilla09, and joining me today is Gabester.
Hello, guys. What's up, you guys? It's your boy Gabester from Gabester Studios, and I'm here today with my friend Alzilla09. We're pretty much just going to be talking about anything related to the MonsterVerse, and as you can see from the title, there's some. It may seem a little bit toxic, but that's not true at all. But honestly, it's you guys are gonna
Yeah,
understand.
so it's mostly we are going to be discussing and debunking some theories that were, presented by different entertainment sources and all that stuff, and trying to prove that they are not true.
All right. So, what should we begin today with, Alzilla?
Okay, so maybe we should discuss how theories that cause toxicity.
Alrighty. And what's
Oh,
one of the things that.
and Gavin Productions Network just joined. Yo. Hi Gavin, how are you?
Yeah, there's probably gonna be a little bit of trolls, so I'll let you know who's a troll and who isn't.
Okay.
Well, actually, give me moderator actually, because there's probably gonna be a few haters. So just give me. Are you able to give me moderator?
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't know how to do it.
No.
Oh, what you do is that you go to the actual YouTube thing, you click on my name, and it says give mod or some shit like that. I think.
Okay.
Mhm.
Alright.
Cause this stream is definitely gonna have a whole lot of hatred, especially when we're talking about CBR, Screen Rant, and all these people, because a lot of people really adore them.
Of course they do. But there are people who, don't like them either.
I know, but there's still gonna be all those fanboy excessives. So if you just send me mod, I'll be able to like take them down easily. If you say, "Hey, you guys suck," CBR are the best people ever. Stuff, shit like that.
Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. Yeah. Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. Okay. But anyways, let's just get back to the topic at hand. So, yes, we are going to be discussing theories that, don't make sense, as well as theories that have caused a lot of toxicity.
Indeed. So
Since
what's on the list for the first?
So yeah. Well, since you have, this experience, Gabester, why not, tell us, about your encounter with them?
Well, for specifically which topic here?
The theories that caused
Okay, yes. And Gavin,
toxicity.
and thank you very much, Garrett Productions Network. You just brought up one that I'm gonna start in a second. So with all my encounters, this mainly happens on like Instagram and all these bigger YouTubers live streams. I see in the chat saying that like that there's a lot of ridiculous theories going on, and like for example, fake Godzilla. Yes, originally I did believe in that theory like a long, but this was like a long time ago before there wasn't any proof of anything.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, like yeah. The problem is though, like the theory isn't bad. Well, now it kind of is, and it makes it seem like that way because of the way people have been treating this. People have been saying it's fake Godzilla because I believe it, or they use other evidence, fake evidence. Like for example, like this happened one time in the Showa era, so they must bring it back. They don't always bring back everything, and that wasn't a fake cop out to some cop out.
Yeah, of course. Plus, there are certain fanboys, who don't like seeing Godzilla get the crap beaten out of him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, this isn't the first time we've seen Godzilla get his ass handed to him. And plus, even if he gets his ass kicked a little, he always comes roaring back to kick the other guy's ass.
Indeed. Oh, Alzilla. Okay, I think I have someone that may want to join us. I'm gonna DM you who it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And this is the perfect person that has experienced a whole crap ton of that. Right now they're
Ah,
doing.
okay. I'm interested.
I open your Instagram.
Okay. My Instagram. Hold on, I'm checking.
Oh, no wonder I couldn't see comments. I'm stupid. The whole time I was literally just looking at the freaking private stuff. I wasn't looking at the
Okay.
actual stuff.
All right. Let's see.
AU says re.
Oh, yes. Hi, AU. How are you?
Alrighty, but back to what I was saying. Yeah, I even had like a whole debunk video on the fake Godzilla topic. So I know I did a whole ass video about, but I'll just get to the basics of what people have been saying. So people have been saying they saw electrical shocks around Godzilla when he was getting onto the aircraft carrier. People have been seeing like red glows inside his mouth. People have been saying they saw shiny objects on the tail. They've also been seeing shit like, for example, what was that other one? I forgot what it was.
I don't know. Were they, seeing sparks in Godzilla's mouth?
Oh no, that was electrical shocks. It wasn't near his mouth. I said that part
Ah,
already.
okay. All right.
Well, oh, here's one. The fact that he gets beaten up in just the trailer. It's literally just the trailer that he got beaten up in. So, by that logic, because Iron Man, no, Captain America gets beaten up by Iron Man a lot in a Civil War trailer, does that mean that Captain America is gonna lose the battle immediately? Probably not. He's out there. Both Godzilla and Kong are definitely gonna give out some absolute blows, as you can see in all those. Where it goes for grabbing the gun. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna get into that in a second. So with the recent TV spots that we got in, and I should have probably warned you guys that this is a spoiler stream in a way, in case you guys didn't see any of the recent ads. But there was an ad when Godzilla struck a helicopter or a plane, and then you can see this his chest is glowing, and there's like
Yeah.
fire very close to his nostrils, and then you can see that his whatchamacallit, what you call it? Yeah, his nostrils like they pretty much saying that this was once fake Godzilla, not fake Godzilla, but Godzilla's old attack, Mecha Godzilla's old attack, because there is old video games where Mecha Godzilla had a flamethrower in his nostrils. It's in the old 8-bit
Oh,
game
yeah. I remember
Pipeworks
that.
trilogy,
Yeah,
in the Pipeworks
definitely.
in the Pipeworks trilogy games. He had those attacks, and then with the chest glowing thing, I heard Godzilla's gonna get some new powers definitely in this movie, but that could be one of them. I don't know, but at the same time, therefore it's still not fake Godzilla. And not only that, if you see those Playmates leaks, you can see Mechagodzilla's arms are way too big, and his hand structure is just way different. He only has like what 3 fingers, if you want to call it fingers,
I
like
think they're claws or something.
claws. And there's also new weapons going to be involved. And how would a giant Godzilla rubber suit would even fit on a fucking giant robot? And I'm pretty sure like robots and shit can't survive underwater for that
Well,
long.
unless this Mechagodzilla is so advanced that he could change his limbs, I don't know, kind of like a transformer, but I doubt that.
Yeah, the MonsterVerse, yeah, sure. It does take 5 place in the future after Kaudam, but I'm pretty sure they're not that advanced forward, which they're obviously trying to lead into Pacific Rim crossover, but in this stage, it's way too early for it to be anything that advanced. But will he still be able to move very quick and stuff? Absolutely. I've been hearing that this Mechagodzilla was going to be the most advanced Mechagodzilla we've ever seen in the history of cinema. But the fact that people are saying he's going to be fake Godzilla, not only that, yeah, sure.
Galvin, I know that Godzilla has 4 fingers.
Yeah, he has 4 fingers, not 3. And not only that, when it comes to like toxicity, like people
Yeah.
just there's either trolls or there's people that actually believe in the theory, which you can believe whatever you want. You can believe what you want, but just note that you're wrong in the situation. Even though after there's just been a bunch of good evidence to debunk that, and you still want to believe it, that's completely okay. But just know you're probably gonna get roasted or get a lot of backlash after the movie comes out and there's no fake Godzilla in it. What you gonna do till then? After the movie, there's probably going to be a whole ton of toxicity about the winner, the fact that there was no fake Godzilla, and people still want to believe in that. It's just it's going to get very toxic. It's not going to end anytime soon. Sure, it may end for all groups, but the whole community, not everybody in the community, but majority of the community, it's all going to be toxic. It's like this in other communities also. People want to say the Ultraman community is better, which it could be in its own ways, but at the same time, all communities are the same. Every community has pedophiles. Every community has toxicity. Every community has entitled people. There's bigger people in there. There's smaller people in there, and there's trolls. No community is any different except the topics when it comes to it.
Yes, I completely agree with what you said, Gabester, and you are absolutely right. I mean, look, they're just theories. They're not to be taken seriously. You know, some things that are said may or may not happen in the movie. I don't know. We just gotta wait till the movie comes out to get our answers.
Now, let's do a quick compare and contrast here. There's something called actual theories, and here's okay, no, theories with a decently believable theories, and then there's people when it comes to and shitty evidence. So yes, the fake Godzilla theory, it could be believable, but with everything that's been given with evidence just does not really prove it. It's all been debunked. If like unless you see like metal pieces or like somebody confirms that the fake Godzilla's in the movie, then y'all should be theorizing on how fake Godzilla could work, not like if he's in the movie. Besides that, like how would it work? No, I don't see anybody talking about how it could work. Nobody's asking like how it's like how did they make the rubber suit and all that. Nobody's asking those questions. Why aren't you asking those questions, huh?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there have been many YouTubers who have debunked this theory. Like, you got Dotson, you got yeah, sorry if I mispronounce his last name. You
Oh, he's
got
actually my server right now. He's in the call my server right now.
oh, really?
Yeah, he's in the VC now. I left early. That's why I was doing. I was trying to like. I was still in the game,
okay.
and I was telling them like. But anyway, back to the topic
right.
here.
Yeah,
There's been
you got
different
JC Entertainment.
Yep, JC Entertainment. He did a whole Instagram live stream about it. He did a YouTube stream about it, and he did a freaking not comments. He also did a short one, just a video about it. And he's even had multiple debates. I managed to back him up with a couple of them. But at the end of the day, there's still gonna be these trolls, toxic entitled believers, and there's no stopping it. But it's definitely gonna go. It's definitely gonna decrease with the fake Godzilla stuff when this movie comes out. It's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
I think we got that part out of the way. Is there anything that I missed?
Anything else? Okay. Yeah, because I know that certain entertainment sources made their own theories, and you know, in my honest opinion, and no offense, they are pretty delusional. Like, some of them just don't make any sense whatsoever, and some of them I'm getting so sick and tired of hearing it that, you know, it has been proven incorrect so many times.
Indeed, of course, for sure. And we even have proof that these guys don't know what they're doing. Like for example, Screen Rant. Like a lot of these people like Screen Rant, Watch Mojo Jojo. Let's see what else we
It's
got.
Watch Mojo.
Watch Mojo, yes, Watch Mojo Dojo, whatever you call them. I don't care how you call them, but that's what.
Yeah, Watch Mojo Jojo.
Not Jojo. I said Dojo, not Jojo. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who else is up there with these kind of theories?
Oh yeah, we got CBR.com as well.
Yep, we got him, which his thing was a lot like Kaiju Junkie, but if anything, Kaiju Junkie should probably take over CBR.
Right.
Let's see. Oh my god, we also got Hybrid Network. I forgot about these guys.
Oh yeah, how can I forget about Hybrid Network? Yeah, I actually seen a couple of their videos.
They haven't made videos in like 2 months.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, he's still out of the picture, but still, they're gonna be acknowledged anyway. Let's see. We got Unreal Network. Unreal Network. We got. Let's see. We got 3C film and heavy spoilers, and yeah, that's pretty much like.
Or what about War Stew?
War Stew? Well, War Stew, I can see why you saying, but at the same time, he even confirms that they're just theories. He doesn't actually mean them, and all those things. He's just having fun with this. He even admits it. These bigger other people, CBR and these networks don't admit to this stuff. They don't admit to it. War Stew is just doing it for fun. He even says it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah.
So he's okay too.
But not only that, there are certain YouTubers out there who are also making their own theories. Like, certain YouTubers who I am not going to say their name. I'm not going to call anyone out. They are known, they are well known, and I've seen the comment section in one of their videos, and oh my god, it is like a freaking war zone in the comment section. It is like a riot.
Jesus Christ. This is not gonna be good.
Yeah, like you've got a bunch of trolls who have ghost accounts. Most of them have ghost accounts, to be honest. They don't have anything in their channels, and they are just there to cause trouble. And that is what really annoys me, but most of them, they are either from the Kong side or the Godzilla side.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, for sure, bro. It doesn't matter what side you're on. No, neither side is innocent from any of the toxicity or like any of the entitled people when it comes to it. There's gonna be entitled people that thinks like here's a good example, guys. Kong's gonna win because he's a gorilla. If we're gonna take realisticness into this, gorillas are bigger than lizards, so gorillas can easily just crush Godzilla easy. Yeah, keep Kong or Godzilla. He has atomic breath. That means he can automatically win against Kong. He's got sharp dorsal fins and everything. I don't know. He's just better. Team Godzilla. I just described both of the sides right there. I'm on neither side when it comes to this. Yes, I'm Team Godzilla. I'm still rooting for Kong. At the end of the day, I'm rooting for both of them. I really don't care who wins. It's just gonna be a good movie. But there is gonna be those kind of people that are gonna say that if their favorite character does not win, that the movie automatically sucks. That's what's been going on in the Jurassic Park community.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I too I am on Team Godzilla as well, but I have, nothing but mad respect for Kong. In fact, I'm also kind of rooting for him too, because, the trailer makes it, the trailers and the TV spots, they show how badass he is. Like, yeah, he's a badass monkey, but then again, Godzilla ain't a pushover either, so. Yeah.
For sure, man. Yeah, I'm honestly, you know what? At this point, let's see. What?
Okay, AU says, Alzilla dude, what Warren, what comment section? Again, I am not gonna name
can't
any.
Say a lot. We don't want to call anybody out because it's gonna start drama. So we're just gonna.
Yeah, I don't want to call anybody out, but it's like those popular kaiju YouTubers who are so popular. They make their theory videos, and and most of the time, there are trolls or toxic fanboys and fangirls, going at each other, saying, whoever is going to win, and also providing such BS excuses for that.
For sure. This stuff does not just happen in this community, just to let you know. Godzilla community, it has toxic people, but your community is probably not innocent. Sure, you can say that nobody you know is toxic, but you must be hella lucky to be surrounded by such good, non-toxic people. But
and that's the thing. And that's the thing. Why is it always the Godzilla community that's getting blamed and that's getting witch hunt? Like, I don't understand. Okay, yeah, sure, the Godzilla community is not perfect, but I still love being in the community because, I'm a huge fan of Godzilla. I love talking about kaijus, the movies, yet, there are a certain number of people who don't really see the big picture, who, they've encountered, toxicity on one side, and then they think that, community is the number one most toxic community of all time. I mean, look, I get it. It might have some bad apples in it, and I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna call names, but then again, like I said, there may be some bad apples, but there are actually good, people in the community as well. Not all Godzilla fans are toxic.
Of course, for sure. I completely agree with that. Let's say, for example, the Ultraman community. I'm definitely gonna get a lot of hate after this. Sure, the Ultraman community. I know you guys don't like me or anything like that, but at the same time, you guys, the way you guys. Well, I'm not saying all of you, but majority of people in there, you guys just you guys just judge Godzilla. But here's the thing: if it wasn't for Godzilla or King Kong, Ultraman would probably not exist. I just gotta say that right now. Those two monsters are the ones that started the whole, well, in a way, to inspired Super Raya and them to start the whole like Ultraman with their kaiju shows and stuff. So
I
if
agree.
anything, yeah, if anything, they need to like chill with that. Like I'm not saying the Ultraman community sucks or Gamer community, what any community in general. There's always inspirations for one another. Why you hate on them? Sure, you don't have to like them, but still, just know that
Yeah,
you're in the
but
wrong.
give
and that
them
you're
respect,
inspirations.
man.
Exactly.
Yeah, give them respect. Stop playing favoritism. That's the problem. I see so many people play favorites and they don't give, the other guy a chance just because it competes with their favorite thing. Like
Hmm.
for example, I'm a Pokemon fan. I love Pokemon. And I know there are a certain group of people called Gen 1ers who, prefer Generation 1 over the other generation. But for me, I actually love all generation, not just one, even though I think Kanto is overrated. No offense. But still, I appreciate, the different, types of Pokemon that are in it and whatnot. And not only that, but the Pokemon community, yes, it has its fair share of toxicity. Not just
It doesn't
not
mean
just with
it doesn't mean it's bad. There's just certain people in there that aren't the
yeah,
best.
and it's not just with the games, but also with the animes as well. Like you got a bunch of people who hate the anime, who hate Ash Ketchum, and then you got the shippers who like to ship Ash with the other Poke girls and such, and it gets so annoying.
Hello, Pacific Zilla and Crystal 2014. Nice to see you guys here.
Oh yeah, hey Priscilla.
We're picking up in views now. This is getting
Hey, Pacific Zilla, and hi, Mr. Golem. Sorry, I didn't notice you there.
we got
And
the
yes,
man himself, Crystal 2014.
so yeah, what we're talking about is we are debunking, theories and talking about, toxicity in both sides.
Indeed, man. Indeed.
Yeah.
So
And,
what's next
we're
up?
not trying to start a war or anything, but it's just, we're getting like really sick and tired from all this crap that, has that we're dealing with, right now. Like,
Indeed. What is next on the list?
okay,
Oh, wait a
what is
minute. Wait. I just realized we forgot to show our evidence that proves that Screen Rant and specifically Screen Rant in this case, doesn't have any knowledge about anything about Godzilla, and they do a pretty terrible job when it comes to showing the news. Alzilla,
oh
would you like to pull up that article about Godzilla finding those specific monsters, if you
yeah,
please?
and I'm pretty sure, everybody has seen this list before, but if you haven't, then I'll be happy to share them with you. So let me share my screen.
It just
And
notes this is the updated version, and the original one was way worse. They did fix a few things in here, but the list is still terrible as it is.
so yeah,
And
here is
even if and it's not even an opinion. Some of these are literally just straight up false.
so
They look
yeah,
truthful. So let's go up to
you
number one.
let's go to number 1. 10 powerful movie monsters in the same league as Godzilla.
You can already see they got the xenomorph in there. Maybe okay. If you're talking about league, like what do you mean by league? Are you type of like popularity? If it's popularity, I understand. But when it comes to strength and all that, that is completely false with the xenomorph. Just putting him in the thumbnail just indicates that it's going to be about popularity. Let's see the Pacific Rim kaiju. It is possible. Not definitely not all of it could beat them, but if they all teamed up, they could definitely possibly beat Godzilla. But what does that article say, Alzalone?
Yeah, it says, okay, let me read this, that Pacific Rim is a lesser known blockbuster series created by Guillermo del Toro. Despite the first movie underperforming at the box office, these movies about massive robots fighting equally massive monsters still managed to get a sequel, blah blah blah. And the basic plot of Pacific Rim is that monstrous kaiju have risen from the depths of the ocean, and the only way to fight them is using technology advanced robots called Jaegers. The kaiju in this film would not exist without Godzilla, but given how many of them there are, they could probably overpower them. I mean, that is true, unless Godzilla goes burning mode and completely vaporizes all of them. So, yeah. And plus, the Pacific Rim kaiju, they are just so fragile, to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, there are some that could probably beat Godzilla, but then there are
There's
other.
weight scales and like power scale in there is just way off the charts. These kaiju's way less than Godzilla. Sure, some may be bigger, but for some reason their weight just doesn't apply to it. For some reason, they're just different universe scales of weights, strength, and all of that. It just doesn't really. If you put those two from their specific universes with their same own stats, then Godzilla is just going to outnumber all those stats altogether.
Oh, yes, definitely, definitely. So, yeah, and let's move on.
Before we do, wait,
Alien.
before we
Yeah.
do, um, show Mr. Golem's comment because this actually makes sense.
Okay, so Mr. Golem, I see. Yeah, not a really small talk. Unfortunately, Godzilla fandom is known to be toxic. Also, that Screen Rant article is pretty old.
Indeed, it is pretty old, but this shows right here that like they have no knowledge. If you see their modern stuff about Godzilla, it's pretty much still the same. They have almost no knowledge of it whatsoever. This right here is just pretty much the best evidence we're able to show because we're obviously not going to play the whole video over here because we're not going to obviously get copy. We're obviously not going to get. We don't want to get struck by them. We don't want to waste everybody's time just sitting through their
Yeah,
all solid. This
definitely.
right here is just a good example of it. It just shows Screen Rant in general, not just Godzilla, but them in general.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
and
how
also he says, yeah, I love how Screen Rant just jumped in and, excuse me, jumped in and they don't even know the basic of Godzilla or kaiju in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because look, Screen Rant, they think they're a bunch of know-it-alls, but let's be honest, they don't know anything when it comes to either Godzilla, kaiju. I think maybe they only know like American, stuff, and that's it.
It's obvious that they didn't even watch the movies either. For the next one after this Alien over here, it's gonna show that they don't even watch the fucking movies.
Of
But
course. And even
on that.
OmniViewer and other people have debunked this list, which I applaud them for that.
Who?
OmniViewer
I
and
know who that
Sci-Fi Explained.
Oh, I definitely know about that.
Yeah. They have debunked this article before, but yeah, putting the xenomorph in this list is like it just doesn't make sense because the xenomorphs, they're not all that powerful. I mean, yeah, they are a threat to humanity, but to Godzilla, come on, he could squash them like ants and vaporize them with his atomic breath. No big deal.
Also, after this, I just found some interesting evidence, but don't pull it up now. But this is gonna be about the next one. The next evidence I have is for CBR, and it's gonna get very stupid. But I'm not gonna tell. Don't say what it is, but you'll see how good it is just by the title alone.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, the xenomorph, like, okay, if you really want to debate me about this, you know what? Let's debate. Sure, we've seen Godzilla got acid spit on him in Godzilla vs. Biollante, but one, that's technically in a way a different kind of acid, not like full on alien acid. And two, when he did get acid spit on him, he clearly did not melt to the bone. Now did he?
Yep, that is true. Oh, and we got another one. The one who roars, "Hey, it's me, Mr. Golem. I changed channel, but it is still me. Not gonna lie, a xenomorph Godzilla sounds cool."
It does. So like, okay, okay. if you're gonna be talking about Godzilla versus Xenomorph, like it would probably have to be like a giant Xenomorph, maybe like multiples of them. That would be an interesting film. But in Screen Rant's case, they're talking about like freaking normal sized ones, and they say they could an army of could easily stop Godzilla. Not even a whole ass army of normal sized Xenomorphs can stop them. It will not. It just won't happen.
Yeah, of course.
They're pretty much just ants. There's red Xenomorphs and there's black Xenomorphs. They're literally just ants to Godzilla. Literally, too.
And not to mention the queen is fodder too.
Yeah, even with those sizes, they're still way smaller than Godzilla.
Yeah. And even
Now,
the one who roars says totally agree.
Okay, Mr. Golem.
Yeah, Mr. Golem. Okay, so
Now,
should I continue?
Yes.
Right.
Now for this one,
Yeah, and number 8. Look who it is. Gauss.
This shows that they don't even watch the fucking movies. But go ahead.
Like, okay, did they ever watch the Gamera series? Did they ever do their fucking research about who this kaiju is? I don't think so. So I don't understand why you put a kaiju from the Gamera universe in this list when, to be honest with you, Gauss isn't even that powerful. I mean, yeah, he gave Gamera a run for his money the first time, but in the end, Gamera still kicked his ass. So,
and now here's another thing I want to say before I read this out loud to you guys. I'm gonna say this now. When they make articles like these, they put too much bias in their statements and everything. They put too much bias in there. If you're gonna include bias, I always put in personal thoughts at the end. But if you're gonna talk about facts and like scaling and shit, leave it to the main part and leave your opinions for the end.
Yes, I agree. Oh, and even AU says, by feats, Godzilla slaughters every Pacific Rim kaiju if this is comic book games, Toho Godzilla, and many others. Mm-hmm. Which I do agree. Like, if it were a certain Godzilla, you know, let's say Shin Godzilla, or the Heisei Godzilla, or any, or Godzilla Earth, then yeah, the Pacific Rim kaiju wouldn't have a hell of a chance.
Now, I'm gonna read this. Can I read this one, Alzilla? Because this one's about to get very freaking stupid.
Yeah, okay.
Number 8 out of 10, Gaios. Gaios is the most notable kaiju in the Godzilla universe. Already, okay. Number 1, it's already wrong. He's not even in the Godzilla universe. If you're going to say the kaiju universe, then that's understandable. But Godzilla, that is completely false already with the first sentence. And if you want to say he's notable, then yes, Gamera and kaiju in general, but no, not the Godzilla universe. Let's see here. Here's some biased ones. Sure, I completely agree with this bias, but still, you shouldn't put this in an actual article like this. Let's see. The monstrous, the monstrous being is somewhat bat-like and resembles a pterodactyl. The mutual creatures in Gary Edwards' Godzilla 2014 are similar to the design of Gaios, which finally somebody actually says it, but still, it shouldn't be in here. Gaios could shoot laser beams out of his mouth, not unlike Godzilla. Gaios was part of the Gamera series for a long time, which was a monster very similar to Godzilla. But Gaios was also present in several Godzilla films as well. Okay, what are the films? Are you gonna tell me what films he's been in? Where is it, huh? Where? At least you acknowledge he's in the Gamera universe. That's good, but
okay.
Where is it?
Oh yeah, and AU says, guys, Screen Rant is awful source. Plus, this list is debunked many times.
Yeah, I know it has, but we're just showing all the evidence that these guys don't have any knowledge when it comes to kaiju stuff, especially with the GVK shit. This just to show that like they have terrible learning skills with this. They have no information about this, and they don't do good research about this. And this what's make the theories bad. But any thoughts about number 8, Alzilla? Because I know you've been waiting to say it after I've been reading this the whole time.
Yeah, number 8, I'm gonna say it's stupid. I would say it's pretty stupid because I mean, yeah, Gauss, again, he's not that powerful. Again, he does have that laser that can cut through anything, but then again, Godzilla has handled worse than that. And plus, Gauss isn't really that durable, so, yeah, Gauss may, give Godzilla a hard time, but come on, we've seen Godzilla, take down a bunch of flying type kaiju. So how is Gauss any different?
Mm-hmm. No different at all whatsoever. Now, number 7. This one, okay, this one is understandable, but there isn't really much info on how he would win either. But you can take this one, Alzella.
Ah, yes. The Cloverfield monster.
Can't wait
Okay,
for people.
okay, so okay. Hold on a sec. Godzilla 263. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Oh, hey, I know you, man. How you doing?
Okay, so back to the topic at hand. Now, the Cloverfield monster. Now, I know D-Man has done a debate about why, the Cloverfield monster can't beat, Godzilla Earth, which I agree, because,
Definitely.
the Cloverfield, to tell you the truth, I am not a big Cloverfield fan. I mean, I don't even, like the movie anyway because I thought it was okay and all. But the thing about the Cloverfield monster is that we haven't even seen what it does. All it does is just rampages through New York City, and that's it. Even though it kind of, God, I forgot what it was called. It kind of, throws those parasites, around. So yeah, but still, Clover. All he's got is just he's a pretty big monster and nothing else. It's like I've seen Clover fanboys, the toxic ones, claim that, oh, Clover could beat Godzilla if he steps on him. I mean, which is, I don't know, it could be a possibility, but then again, Godzilla has faced worse than being squashed by a big object. Plus, to tell you the truth, if Cloverfield were fighting, either Godzilla Earth or Shin Godzilla, then yeah, there's no way Clover would win because let's face it, Shin Godzilla would make Swiss cheese out of Clover, and Godzilla Earth, dude, he would be like Kratos taking down a Titan. So yeah, Cloverfield has got nothing on him. But I did heard, they are going to be making a Cloverfield sequel. So I don't know. That could change. But then again, we don't know. We haven't heard anything about the sequel yet. So yeah, it's up in the air for now. So yeah.
For sure.
And also, AU, I already know Screen Rant never watched Godzilla, what they said about Gauss. I mean, yeah, I hear ya. Bro, Gauss has never been in the Godzilla universe. Yes, I know. He's in the Gamera universe.
Uncanny Comics doesn't count, by the way.
Yeah. And
All right.
also, Godzilla 263 says, how strong is even the Cloverfield monster? That's the thing. I don't know how. I mean, It's been a while since I've watched the movie, so yeah. I mean, he can tank bombs, but I don't. But I don't know if he survived the nuclear bomb. So I don't know. Again, it's up in the air. Maybe we'll see more feats of the Cloverfield monster when the sequel comes out. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. I think I'm gonna take the next one here. If you scroll down, please.
Okay.
Number 6 out of 10. Kamunga. If you hate spiders, then you would probably be terrified of the massive Kamunga, which could give Aragog from Harry Potter a run for his money. first, a couple of things. What does Aragog have to do with this? And I'm pretty sure that just would not work. And two, this is so cheesy because they keep using the same line at the end. Give a run for his money. Give a run for his money. Anyways, Killmonger was first introduced in the Son of Godzilla, which, okay, very good. You got that part right. And gave Godzilla a run for his money. Yes, in a way he did. He was almost screwed by Godzilla if it wasn't for Minya that saved him. So I don't really there's not really nothing much really too wrong about this one except the Harry Potter part. But honestly, I don't really see much of a problem about this one. If you talk about Son of Godzilla at least, but if you're gonna talk about like an other future movie like Godzilla Final Wars, he definitely lost to Godzilla. But if it's just Son of Godzilla you're talking about here, then this is actually right. Oh, thank you, AU. I was just talking about that.
Yes.
Go ahead. I know you want to say something.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I know this list has been debunked before, but yeah, putting Kamunga here is like, yeah, again, it's stupid.
Well, I mean, at the same time, they aren't 100% wrong when they gave a run for his money. Cheesy line once again. If it wasn't for me, but definitely Final Wars, he definitely got his ass kicked. Definitely. So
Yeah.
there was too much bias in this one. The cheesy lines are still ridiculous, but this one, it's 75% right. I'll give it that. This is pretty much the only okay one in the list, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Next.
Okay.
This
King Ghidorah. Oh,
go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, they got this one right. I mean,
Well,
even though
the context. Let's see if the context is right, though.
yes, I mean, after all, King Ghidorah is said to be one of Godzilla's most toughest enemies, which is true, even though Ghidorah has lost most of the time. But, however, in the last line, they read, "It is plausible that we may see the beast once again in the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong."
Wait, Al, can you read the rest of it?
Okay, and
before you do, everybody share this live stream. Share with everybody you know. Everybody needs to see this. But anyways, go ahead.
All right, so yeah, like King Ghidorah has always been considered Godzilla's arch nemesis. He has been featured heavily in almost every version of Godzilla's storytelling. Most recently, Ghidorah was one of the primary antagonists in Legendary Pictures' Godzilla King of the Monsters. You can easily understand why Ghidorah is such a threat due to the fact that he can fly, breathe fire, and has 3 heads. Even at the end of King of the Monsters, it is hinted that Ghidorah could return to life during the movie's post-credit scene. It is plausible that we may see the beast once again in the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong.
Well, you can say what you got to say first. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, I definitely agree with you, AU. He doesn't breathe fire. He breathes gravity beams. For God's sakes, you know, it's like...
Unless you're talking about Def Ghidorah, because Def Ghidorah does breathe fire, but not King Ghidorah.
Well, Def Ghidorah, I feel like he breathes like a plasma fire beam. I don't know.
Well, if it is, that's still not really considered... It is a Ghidorah, but it's not King Ghidorah.
Yeah, of course. But that's the thing, you know? It's like, what, do they think that Ghidorah is a generic dragon of sorts? No, he isn't. He is a space dragon that comes from a different planet, and he shoots lightning out of his mouth, which are called gravity beams.
You can say generic space dragon. That's what you can say.
Yeah, like, you know, he ain't no generic space dragon.
Everyone knows. Ghidorah's doesn't have breathe gravity. Yeah, he doesn't. Apparently, he does not. But yeah, let's see what else here. Yeah, it is hinted, but we don't know yet for GBK. But there is definitely stuff. So
I mean,
that
yeah,
one,
but we'll
yeah,
get to that later because, we're
yep.
going to be discussing that. And plus, they do, hint at the possibility of Ghidorah's role in the movie. Not physical, but like he's in the movie in a way
There's
that
spoilers. There's
it's a
spoilers.
spoiler. So, yeah, but moving on.
Yes. So I'm gonna take this one. Um, 4. Here we go. King Kong. Let's see. Well, I know they want to use King Kong, but definitely, if they really think this specific King Kong can win against Godzilla, then they're automatically wrong. So let's see what we got here. King Kong is a giant ape-like creature that has established lexicon of his own, comparable of that of Godzilla. The debate about who would win between Kong and Godzilla has waged for decades. That is true. We'll see the two come to blows in the big screen 2020, which that's wrong. But I mean, then again, like people have been saying it's old articles, and this is before the release date got changed, so they have a free pass on that part. However, King Kong does have one significant advantage over Godzilla, and that is his posable thumbs. Still, it'll be interesting to see these two creatures duke it out in theaters. So, just because Kong has thumbs, that means he's gonna win. Like,
Yeah, and,
um,
and not only that, they
no.
also did a video, if you haven't watched, about Kong's secret weapon to defeat Godzilla, and it's not the battle axe. They even said it the same thing that, oh, Kong has opposable thumbs while
So what?
Godzilla has baby hands.
So what? It's just a little finger. What's the little finger gonna do? You gonna figure his asshole or something? What's he gonna do with that?
Okay, so the one who roars says, so can I beat an alligator?
If you want to, go ahead. But I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. I've seen. I don't know. I don't necessarily have seen a lot of humans fought alligators before. But even though like an Animal Planet, there was a show called
There's alligator wrestling
Untamed.
actually as a sport in Thailand and some shit like that.
Yeah, like there was a show called Untamed and Cut where a guy did wrestle an alligator and lost his finger.
It's tough. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and plus, there's an animation on YouTube actually of Godzilla vs Kong, and Kong lost two of his fingers, including his thumbs. So that's not really gonna work either.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And not only that, AU said they forgot the fact that Godzilla lifted the Muto Prime in the MonsterVerse comics.
Yep, he's definitely capable of lifting Kong up.
I mean, yeah, that is true. I mean, yeah, a lot of people, have claimed that gorillas are the one of the most strongest animals in the world. I mean, yeah, they are strong, but they're not like that strong.
Godzilla 263. Yeah. Oh, you fought a wild dog. Well, I'm happy you made it out okay. At least I assume you did. But
Yeah.
anyways, let's go to number 3, shall we?
Okay, number 3. Okay. And after this list, we're going to be, talking about the other theories. So, yeah.
Well, there is another source that I have evidence for, which I sent you on Hangouts after this one.
Okay. All right. I'll definitely look up. So, yeah. Number 3 is the host. Oh, boy. Now, look, I've seen the movie. I actually liked it. I thought the monster was unique in a way, but this thing, please. I mean, did they even see the movie? Did they even see what the thing does? And plus,
I can't really have a say either because I can't really talk about this one too much. So I'm letting you have it because I haven't seen this movie either. So
and not only that, dude, the thing is like freaking tiny. It's like the size of a bus. So I don't understand how this thing is capable of beating Godzilla. Plus, yes, the one who roars, spoiler, the host died burning, which
Yep,
is
he's
true.
fucked. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
fucked with the atomic breath, so there's no chance there.
yeah. So there's no freaking chance this thing could beat Godzilla. So yeah, moving on.
Alrighty. Oh, I know this one. Okay, let me get my phone back out. We'll start reading this. Hold on one second, Alzilla. Okay. Number 2, we got Colosso. The monster in Colosso might not be that familiar to you, but if you missed out on the fantastic movie starring Anne Hathaway, and Jason Douglas, the monster in the film does not have a name, but it is indeed called Colosso. But you just said what it was, so what's your point? And 2, you just include some more bias with the word fantastic, and then not a lot of people are obviously going to agree with that. But let's see. We don't know much about the monster's origin either, but it is enormous, and it has a physical link to anyone who stands on a particular playground located on a town where Hathaway and Sudeikis characters live. The creature would even tower over Godzilla, although it doesn't necessarily have the same amount of strength. It said that multiple monsters can appear in the same place, and that could overwhelm the lizard. So, first off, it is not over. It is not taller than Godzilla. I mean, maybe just a little bit, but not really. Because I remember there was one poster a really long time ago that they got in trouble for because they had Godzilla on it. Which, hold on, let me look it up and I'll send it to you. Colosso. Godzilla. It was a comparison. I swear to God, that it literally was. Yeah, just as I thought, Godzilla. They're just about the same size. And here's this one poster. Here's the poster right here. I'm pretty sure D-Man covered it before. They got in trouble because they featured Godzilla on it, and he's not even in the movie.
Okay.
Yep, if you could stream that would be great.
Oh yeah, I'm streaming it now. Yes. Oh yes, I see it. I see it. And not only that, I believe they have Mazinger Z in it.
Oh yeah, probably. Stupid, honestly.
Yeah. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and Godzilla, my 263 says, my personal opinion, Zilla will beat that monster Zilla from the animation series. So
The
yeah,
anime series. Oh yeah.
definitely.
I don't know too. I haven't really paid attention too much to the stats, so I can't really say anything
Yeah.
about that. Hello, Jetjet Sky. Welcome to the stream.
Hi, hey, Jetsit Sky. Sorry, Jetic Sky. How are you?
Welcome that punk across the world.
That punk across the world. Reminder that Kong wins.
I like your name. That's very funny, man. Very creative. I like it.
Yeah, very, very creative. Very creative.
Mm-hmm. So, would you like to take the final one of this specific list?
Okay. I'll take the final one. Oh, yes. I've seen the movie, and I gotta say, I am a fan of this movie, Tremors, and to tell you the truth, Tremors is a 1990 monster film that is said it's not precisely horror theme. It tends to be more comedic. It's probably best known for being one of Kevin Bacon's early films and the craziness of its plotline. Plus, even though it might be considered a comedy, the creatures introduced in the first film of a franchise are still frightening. Have you ever wondered what is dwelling in the ground beneath your very feet? That's what Tremors focuses on. The film is all about massive snake-like beings that tear apart the town of Perfection, Nevada, and leave plenty of bodies in their wake. It's feasible they could overpower Godzilla, especially if they approach him from under the ground in a sneak attack. Okay, look, I've seen the movie, and so far these things are so killable. If Kevin Bacon were to kill one by tricking it to fall off a cliff while underground, then Godzilla would easily, do the same, however, in his way. I mean, come on, he fought Baragon, so like seriously, what are these things gonna do? And they're called graboids, by the way. I think that's what they're called. I don't know. I need to see the movie again, but yes, this is just really, really dumb. Like really dumb.
Indeed. So, this list over here has been evidence that Screen Rant is a terrible source when it comes to theories, and they cannot get any of their facts straight. So, therefore, when they talk about the theory, they're just gonna go all over the place and not know what the fuck they're talking about. So, that has been Screen Rant's list. Unless you want to say any final thoughts about that, Al.
Okay, so the one who roars says the worst that the graboids can do Godzilla is to make him trip by making him fall into a giant hole and nothing else. Yeah, that's all they can do. Plus, Godzilla has fallen in many holes before and he always gets back up. So, yeah. I think we're done with this list. Again, it's been debunked so many times. But this list is garbage, so yeah, moving on.
So let's go ahead and pull up the other article I sent you.
Okay, I'm pulling it up right now.
And this one is going to be about CBR.
Okay, oh yes, Deadpool versus Godzilla. Who is the best king of the monsters? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, do they actually think? Are they really putting a Marvel character, a anti-hero, against Godzilla?
It's not even a fair fight either. Not even they're two whole separate things. And who would even compare these two in the first place? Why?
I have no idea. I mean, look, I love Deadpool and all, but this is just stupid, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, Deadpool can, break the fourth wall a lot, but what's he gonna do to Godzilla? He's gonna shoot him? Is he gonna cut him with his katanas when Godzilla is like, so freaking big? All Godzilla would have to do is squish Deadpool, and that's it. Let alone fry him with his atomic breath.
Man. So, want to get ready into the article?
Yeah. Okay. So
let's see the context. Not just let's not judge but book by its cover, but judging from the title, it's already going to be bad. But go ahead and read the article.
Okay. So it says Deadpool is king of the monsters, but a certain kaiju might have a few issues with that title. Is Deadpool better king than Godzilla? So yeah, Deadpool has officially been crowned the king of the monsters in the Marvel Universe. This title was bestowed upon Deadpool when he turned Staten Island into Monster Island, naming himself king. Of course, this isn't the only or first time that a special iconic character was deemed the king of the monsters, reigning supreme over a monster island. Godzilla has held the title of King of the Monsters since 1956 with the English release of Gojira, which was renamed Godzilla King of the Monsters for American audience. For many, he stands as the undisputed King of the Monsters. Deadpool here is coming in to steal his thunder. So let's beg the question, who is the better king, Godzilla or Deadpool? Oh my god. Okay, so the one who roars says, well, Deadpool can kill Godzilla by annoying him to death.
Yeah, Godzilla's... what are you gonna get to? Let's see. Godzilla 263 says, "Whoever created Deadpool theory is stupid." Well, CBR is stupid then, if that's what you want to say about them.
I mean, yeah. Okay, so it reads here that a king is not just about strength. Being a king isn't just about power or strength, it's also about the authority to lead. If Godzilla and Deadpool were to fight, there is no question who would win. It doesn't matter if you pit Deadpool against the Showa, Heisei, Millennium, Legendary, or Shin iterations of Godzilla. Godzilla will win. An argument can be made that Deadpool might kill the 1998 and Hanna-Barbera versions of Godzilla, but even then it would be a narrow victory. Huh. And it says Deadpool can regenerate and he has weapons. It has been reinforced that the military is almost powerless against Godzilla. Tanks pose no threat to Godzilla. When the military manages to win, it's only due to a multi-faceted, coordinated assault Shin Godzilla, or literally creating a gigantic robot, sometimes built around the remains of another Godzilla, from Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Deadpool would never be able to pull this off. But a king is more than just a powerhouse monsters can follow. Kings need to govern their people, rule them through positive and constructive examples, just as much as basic leadership skills. And they say Deadpool is not nearly as bad a king as he at first appears. He manages to stand up against Captain America to protect the sanctity of his people, while also having to fight off a monster hunter slaying the beasts, all collected on Staten Island. This hunter turns out to be Kraven the Hunter, and Deadpool, standing as king, uses his diplomacy and fighting skills to keep his monsters safe, or at least as safe as can be. Deadpool stands as a fairly good king, at least so far in the story. The whole narrative hasn't panned out yet, so we have yet to see if Deadpool can actually protect his monsters from Kraven in the long term, or even keep Monster Island in one piece.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh boy. Oh, and also, let's talk about Godzilla as king. Godzilla only merits wearing the title of King of the Monsters in two continuities, the Showa and Legendary continuities. In the Heisei and Millennium continuities, Godzilla fights monsters but is entirely self-serving. He has no real relationship with any other monsters that doesn't end in antagonism. This is even more true for Shin Godzilla, who is purely just a chaotic animal in a constant state of rage. However, both the Showa and legendary Godzillas proved themselves to be very different kings. Showa Godzilla, despite having the title of King of the Monsters, gradually inherits the title of King of the Monsters. He manages to protect the Earth and his companions, keeping monsters safely contained on Monster Island until the world needs saving. But he never feels like a real king, just the strongest guy there. By contrast, legendary Godzilla is a king. All monsters bow before him. He rises to a challenge in the form of Ghidorah. When the monstrous alien dragon arrives, he has temples built to his glory where he heals. The monster world rises and bows before his majesty. He is capable of declaring war on humanity or healing it, he can quill entire conflict on a global scale with a mere glare. As a king, Deadpool might be a better king than Showa's Godzilla, but compared to the legendary Godzilla, Deadpool is a wet rag. Long live the king.
Jesus fucking Christ. Well, what you gotta say? We read the context. I'm done. CBR, honestly. Just
Yeah, honestly, I'm too done with CBR. They are just as bad as Screen Rant and whatnot. So, yeah, but this article is. Look, I haven't read the Deadpool comics. I haven't read much, so I don't know what goes on in that universe. I've only seen the movies. I mean, I do know who Deadpool is, but this is just laughably bad, in my opinion.
hella. I sent you an article that is evidence for Watch Mojo, which I'd like to read that one.
Okay.
That's on Hangouts, so it's just screen share that one.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't know if we can show the video.
No, not the no. I didn't. No, it's not a video. It's an article. I sent you it.
Ah, an article. Okay.
It's not video.
Okay. Oh, yes. Ah, yes. This article. Okay, let's get into the juicy part. Yes.
I'm going to read this if it's okay.
Go ahead, Gabester. It's all yours, my man.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Okay, so. Alright, 1 second. Let me get to the thing itself. Let's read some comments first while you're at this while I get this up.
Okay, so AU says Brog Deadpool gets one-shotted by Godzilla. The One Who Roars says, knowing Deadpool, he would probably flirt with Godzilla, and let's be serious, he would try it. AU, Godzilla one-shots Deadpool. And One Who Roars says, CBR, so let's do drugs.
Okay, that was pretty funny. Hold on 1 second, I'm trying to look for why is it so hard to pull up the fucking thing? 1 second, sorry, this is just taking an extra long second to do it. OMG way, yeah. OMG way indeed. My homie.
By the way, you mentioned before that there was another one that was trying to join the stream.
Oh yeah, I guess he couldn't do it.
Yeah, I tried to look for him, but I couldn't find him. So
yeah, he didn't really want to join us, but like I don't know. He didn't really respond to it, but it's whatever. Let's see what you got here. All right, so top 10 Godzilla. Wait, can you scroll down?
Sure.
Top 10 Godzilla vs. Kong fan theories. If one of these fan theories comes true, we'll be shocked. For this list, we'll be looking at the most popular and comparable theories on how this throwdown will come to pass. Our countdown includes Mechagodzilla in disguise. Oh my god. The King is just defending his title. Godzilla is targeting anti-Titan Apex bases and more. Now, let's see. We watch Mojo Joe. We'll be looking at the epic. Okay. Who do you think is the real king of the monsters? Leave your comments down below. Okay, let's see. Number 10. The King is just defending his title. Whenever two iconic characters are pitted up against one another, there's usually some sort of elaborate justification. Given that both of these titans previously have been cast in a primary heroic light, Most people naturally assume that there's some outside manipulation while at work, while Godzilla might sometimes act like a unlikely protector. However, he's also a creature driven by primary instincts, and if a rival is brought into his turf, well, he's likely to defend it. Why should Kong receive a different greeting than any other Muto operate Titan past films? Remember, this is an ape who bows down to no one. Sometimes the simplest answer is the right one. Um. Okay, is there any proof or anything that's gonna go with this, or am I just reading the most whatever? Okay, so far, just reading part one is like nothing to back up that claim or anything, which it does make sense in a way. I understand, but we need proof. You know.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Mm-hmm. So you want to read number 9?
Number 9, Godzilla is keeping Earth in check. Okay, this one I could probably agree with because, let me read it. This would be a rather dark direction to take the series in, but hey, anything is possible when Titans walk the Earth. In Godzilla King of the Monsters, we learned that the Titans, Godzilla in particular, have historically played a role in maintaining the natural balance on Earth. Their destructive ways have a healing purpose in the aforementioned film. Ego terrorists attempt to manipulate these walking forces of nature to prematurely bring about the recalibration. The plan failed, but what if Godzilla didn't need the encouragement? What if Godzilla feels compelled to rein in humanity's recklessness on his own terms? It could explain Big G's sudden violent turn against major cities. I mean, this one I can kind of understand because, after all, look, Serizawa, has stated that, Godzilla, that nature has an order and he feels that Godzilla is that order. Plus, this Godzilla, he doesn't care about the humans, but he has the Earth's best interest at heart. He's protecting the Earth, not humanity. Humanity is just simply in the way unless humanity did something very stupid, like, let's say, tampered with the balance, then yeah, that would give a reason why Godzilla would attack humanity, because, Godzilla would feel betrayed. He would feel that, humans, can't be trusted and need to be wiped out.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, after all, Godzilla has always been portrayed as a force of nature. Neither good nor bad. He's, doing it because, he has his reasons.
100%, man. I totally 100% agree with that.
So this theory, I would say it makes kind of sense, but then again, we'll just have to see.
For sure. Now, let's see what else I got here. 1 second. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna do number 8. Number 8. Power corrupts absolutely. They say that absolute power corrupts absolutely. Man, so much absolute involved with this. Anyway, well, what if Godzilla has to let the crown go to his head? We're not talking about an ego in the conventional human sense. Godzilla is the toughest thing on the planet Earth for a long time. As a lone titan, he was seemingly content to swim the seas, chill out in his hollow Earth kingdom, and largely absent king. What if the Titans erased from the hibernation and woken something more primarily to him? Maybe might having the Titans bow to him have stirred something that dormant in Godzilla, specifically desire to return to Earth in a pure historic state where he truly walked wherever he pleased. This does not make any sense whatsoever. What does this have to do with him? How he can beat Kong? What does this have to do with any of that?
Yeah, because I also have heard a lot of theories about this, but in a way, it doesn't make sense because, in the end credits, there are news articles that, Godzilla is keeping the Titans in check and that he is continuing to restore balance. Even though we don't see it, you know, we they're like telling about it in, in the news, in these articles. And that is something that a certain someone, who says that Godzilla is a, I don't know if I should say it.
They'll say the person who said it, but say what they said.
Yeah, like, someone who claimed that, oh, Godzilla is a bad alpha, and that he doesn't do his job right. Okay, then. If he is a bad alpha, then tell me, what do the news articles say about him? Even though, yeah, he did cause a lot of destruction, but then again, nobody's perfect. I
He's
mean,
there for the right reasons.
yeah, I could kind of see him being like the Heisei Gamera, in a way,
Or the Showa Godzilla, because the Showa Godzilla destroyed a few things to help things out.
Yeah.
In Godzilla 2019, like in the Arctic scene, Godzilla he destroyed the base, but at the same time, it was King Ghidorah that pushed him, and his atomic breath accidentally hit it. So if anything, yes, Godzilla destroyed the base, but it was because King Ghidorah forced him to, in a way.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Just rip the base, I guess. So, would you like to read the next one, Al?
Yes. Enter Godzilla Jr. So, aside
Oh,
from
wow.
the fake Godzilla, this
Continue.
one came out, and honestly, to me, it just makes no sense. So, I'm gonna read it anyway.
I have something for you after this that's going to go right along with this afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, so
Do you need time
yeah,
to think first?
yeah, so let me read it. Give how self-serious the MonsterVerse is, this seems like an odd choice. This franchise seems ill-suited to embrace the son of blank angle, but bringing another Godzilla into the picture would solve the Godzilla versus Kong size debate. You see, last we saw them, Godzilla and Kong were in totally different weight classes by a wide margin. Godzilla was roughly 4 times Kong's height. We get that he's grown, but that much. In just a few decades, this has understandably led to much speculation and concern amongst fans of the franchise. So, what if the Godzilla causing all this havoc isn't the Titan we know and love, but instead a younger, smaller upstart of the same species? It would certainly level the playing field. Oh boy. First fake Godzilla and now this. Okay. Okay. The Godzilla that's fighting Kong is not Godzilla Jr., it's the real Godzilla. And second, we don't know if Godzilla Jr. is going to appear in the film. And I'm pretty certain that, if Godzilla Jr., let's say, fought Kong, who do you think would win?
Jesus. But I mean, look at AUC. He pretty much just exposed who we're talking about. But also,
Yeah,
yes,
but we are not going to be calling names, okay? Because
somebody did in the comments. But yeah,
yeah, like,
anyway,
and
it is
plus,
definitely.
I just want to keep it civil. Like, we're not trying to, cuss out anything, but we're just, trying to, like, figure out why these, articles are as bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, just to confirm, yes, there is definitely multiple Godzillas in the MonsterVerse. He is a species, and there was a war between the whole thing. But so far, we've already seen like two of them so far. One of them being Dagon, and now of course our modern day Godzilla. Could he have a son? Yes, he could. He could be far out there, but is there any evidence to back it up? No, not really. Other than the fact that there is a multiple species, but there's no proof of an existence of even another Godzilla rolling around. And if so, if that was to happen, this Godzilla would probably have to die to take over. But still, at this point, I really don't see any evidence or proof that Junior or even another Godzilla is still alive to be related to him in any sort of shape, way, or form. Still
I'm
don't see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe if Godzilla versus Kong has like a post end credit scene about that, then that would be a surprise. But then again, you know, it's not Godzilla Jr., it's Godzilla. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Okay.
So, alrighty, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go back to the article on my phone. Just give me 1 minute, please.
Sure thing.
All right, 1 second. Oh yeah, before we move on, I sent you a picture that you should share on the screen, and it's another reason why people think Godzilla's son is in the movie. So I sent you a picture. You should probably share that real quick.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is for the upcoming movie monster series figures.
Yep. So people assume from those names that it's automatically similar to Godzilla and it's his son. That's what people are saying. That's very invalid as fuck. There's no images to prove whatsoever, and there's nothing, literally, just nothing.
I mean, are they talking about that chibi version of the Godzilla show?
Oh no, I believe so, but I'm typing. But this is before those things got revealed. This is before that.
Yeah.
So now I'm saying this is what people thought before the whole screen rant, not screen rant, but Watch Mojo happened. Alrighty, let's see.
Okay.
Number 6, and now this one, from what we see in the trailers, this one could actually be true. Let's see. Godzilla and Kong are finishing up an ancient war. This isn't just a fan theory. It actually gets some lip service in the trailer. With so little context to work with, however, this ancient war could be an intel number of things. We explored in Skull Island Birth of Kong comics. We know that Kong's parents died at the hands of the Skullcrawlers, seemingly leaving Kong as the last of his kind and ignoring the Godzilla Jr. theory. And what does that have to do with this exactly? But anyways, we have every reason to believe that the same about Godzilla. Once long ago, however, these two invasive species duked it up for the title of the Earth dominant titans, with Khan sequestered to Skull Island. There has been peace, with humanity forcing him into the modern world. Well, game on. Now, this theory is it could be 75% true. I 75% agree with this, but Godzilla Jr. shouldn't have anything to do with this whatsoever. Yes, it's nice to know that they actually read the fucking comics. They're canon to this universe. And judging from what they said in the trailer, yes, an ancient war. There's definitely an ancient war. And if you see it, the post credits of King of the Monster, there's a cave painting of Godzilla and Kong fighting. So there's definitely been some kind of war. If you see in the trailer, there's a lot of battle axes in the Hollow Earth. So you can see that there's definitely been some kind of war going on between the Godzilla and Kong species for many years ago. So yeah, this theory, I definitely agree with this one, but to remove Godzilla Jr. and all that extra bullshit, then I completely agree then.
Yes, I definitely agree because, after all, in the trailers, even in some of the TV spots, there is mention of an ancient war, and that both the Godzilla and the Kong species were fighting in that war, and they were the last ones standing. But then again, we'll just have to see the movie to find out more about that.
For real.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Would you like to go to number 5? Because this one is going to be very debatable.
Yeah. I want to take this one because I've been hearing a lot about this and I just don't believe this is going to happen.
Well, go ahead, read.
Number 5, this is the end of the franchise, or at least the franchise as we know it. There's an interesting point that has been raised a number of times on Reddit and beyond. Despite decades worth of film history calling him King Kong, the ruler of Skull Island rarely, if ever, has that title applied to him in the Monsterverse. Could this coronation be one that the folks at Warner Brothers and Legendary have been saving? Even if these two titans wind up uniting to take down a larger unknown threat, we've seen that Godzilla has his limits. What if, one way or another, Godzilla's nuclear energy is pushed to the point of him having a meltdown? Big G could make the ultimate sacrifice in combat, leaving Kong to finally claim the title of king. Okay.
No, just a little bit.
Okay, so I know OmniViewer has stated that the Monsterverse is not finished yet, and I do believe with him. We are going to get a Kong anime that is, takes place in the Monsterverse. And however, this whole theory about, Kong becoming King Kong, I mean, look, just because Kong is missing a king in his name, that does not foreshadow a victory. Because to tell you the truth, in most of the Kong films, he's just referred to as Kong. I mean, yeah, like in the let's for example, King Ghidorah. Most of the time, he's just called Ghidorah, and but he is a king of terror. Kong has been called a king in the Monsterverse before. Other characters have, stated he is on his island. I mean, after all, he is the king of Skull Island, and, in the novel of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, he did heard Ghidorah's roar, but, he didn't care. He didn't care what happens in the outside world because, he's not interested in it. He only cares about one thing, protecting his home, which is Skull Island. And to tell you the truth, it's like people are really, are comparing, Batman versus Superman to Godzilla versus Kong all over again. Which, they are two completely different movies. And comparing them just makes no sense because, these Godzilla and Kong, they are giant monsters. They're not superheroes. I mean, yeah. And not only that, Kong is public domain. And I have heard that the reason they don't call him King Kong is because of legal issues, I think with Universal. So, yeah. I mean, again, we don't know. We don't know if if this is going to be the last movie in the Monsterverse, which I doubt it. Because if this movie does so well in the box office, there is guarantee that, it will continue.
Definitely. I 100% agree with that, man. But yeah, I can understand. I wouldn't be surprised if they went that route. If Kong wins, that's how he gets King Kong. I wouldn't be surprised. That is one way they can show it because, after all, Godzilla is known as King of the Monsters. So, if Kong takes over and becomes King Kong, he'll be the new King of the Monsters, at least in that universe. If Kong were to win, I'm not saying he will, but that's That's one way to do it, but it would just be like a very, very obvious way.
Yeah, but then again, it just wouldn't make sense because, you make Godzilla king of the monsters for like a year and then all of a sudden he loses the title.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, that wouldn't make sense unless it's written well. But the whole thing is that, Kong is already a king. He's king of Skull Island, and that's all he cares about. And that's why Godzilla doesn't even bother going to Skull Island, because to him it's small talk. And not only that, the reason that he could be attacking Kong is not because of a rivalry, not just a rivalry, but also because he knows Kong is out of place.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, what if there are bigger and more badder threats? And if Kong were to be king, what if there are bigger and more badder threats for him to fight? How do you think he's going to handle the whole world's problems?
Kong can definitely not handle all of that.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be too much for him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so moving on to number 4.
I'll get this. Just 1 second, buddy. Okay. A Titan serial killer. Oh my, here we go. Godzilla's currently a king. He seems to be out of the benevolent variety. While he's quick to correct the behavior of Titans who act out, we don't know what he would do in targeting his Titan brethren. Would the king come out of defense and say Rodan and Musula, like does humanity? This has fans wondering, why could Godzilla be lashing out? Could it be a reason for a hunt identified threat that's been killing all the air Titans? And if Kong, unfamiliar and not some mischief Titan shows up, Godzilla might not assume that this is a threat. It's not like they're predators strong enough to take down a Titan. Talk about a messy case of mistaken identity. So, are they saying they're trying to like do all that Orca shit again? Because that's the next one.
Right.
I don't really know what to say about this. I don't really understand it too well. Do you understand this at all?
I mean, maybe that could be the case. I mean, we did see Mecha Godzilla in the trailer, so I mean, could he be the Titan serial killer? I think so, because after all, we all know that Serizawa's son is in the movie, and I'm saving that for like a theory video that I'm gonna do. But yeah, I mean, could be that, there is a, Titan-sized serial killer that is trying to wipe out the Titans. I mean, after all, the synopsis for the movie said that there is a human conspiracy that is, gonna be wiping out the Titans, both good and bad.
Definitely, sure. Man. You want to take the next one?
Okay, number 3, the Orca Mark II. In Godzilla King of the Monsters, Dr. Emma Russell unveiled a fancy bit of technology. The Orca allowed her to communicate with the Titans in a rudimentary way. As we quickly learned, however, its applications were somewhat limited. Communication is one thing. True, control is something else entirely. But what if someone has taken Dr. Russell's concept and upgraded it? The Orca Mark II could very well allow the one pushing the buttons to fully control the behavior of a Titan. And after the events of the previous film, any villain with half a brain would know that Godzilla is the Titan to control.
I mean, if they're gonna do that Orca shit, I think they could possibly put it in to Mechagodzilla. That is possible, but would they really be that stupid just to make it an individual device again? Come on, really?
Yeah, and not only that, controlling Godzilla. I mean, yeah, Godzilla has been mind controlled before, but I don't think.
That's a totally different movie.
Yeah, but that's like a totally different movie. And you know what? I don't think, you know, G- Godzilla is, you know, able to be controlled because he's his own titan.
Indeed. Oh, see you later, AU.
See you later, AU. Have a good night.
Continue, Al.
Yeah, so, and plus, even, a certain YouTuber has done a theory of this video, and he has made a point that Godzilla is unlikely to be controlled because, well, Godzilla is an alpha. So, I mean, yeah, I doubt that, Godzilla would be mind controlled.
Hmm. Yes, it is possible though. Like I do. Godzilla's no bit. Yeah, they even used the Orca in like 2019. So like I'm pretty sure the Orca would not work on Godzilla because I don't think they even tried it on Orca. If they did try it on Godzilla, it probably would not work. And plus, Godzilla is nearby when the Orca was being used, so that clearly did not work.
So, yeah.
Anyways, I guess you could take. Wait, did I read the last one? I think.
No, I read number 3. You can take number 2.
Oh yeah, okay. Number 2, I wanted this one anyway. Actually, hold on. Actually, how about you take number 2? I really kind of want to do number 1.
Okay, I'll let you take number 1. So, yeah.
Number 1, I've been
Number
waiting the whole time for.
Okay, all right. Number 2, Godzilla is targeting anti-Titan Apex bases. Apex was the working title of Godzilla vs. Kong. During filming, and fans now believe that this was a major hint about the plot of the movie. From what little we know, Apex is a shadowy organization that is interested in Titans and of interest to Monarch and related parties. From the trailers, none of the familiar faces in Godzilla vs. Kong can understand why Godzilla has turned on humanity. But what if he's not targeting random cities like it seems, but rather specific targets hidden in population centers? Targets that, unbeknownst to the masses, are working to control or destroy him and his fellow Titans. If the theories are true, Apex will serve as the real villain of this story. Now, this one makes a lot of sense because it could explain why Godzilla is attacking certain areas because he knows Apex, is planning something. And, Monarch doesn't know it, but, Godzilla could sense that Apex is not to be trusted because I have a feeling, and I'm saving that for a theory, that a certain someone could be behind it using a certain brain of a kaiju we have seen in the last movie.
You got a point there. Honestly, like, yeah, because if you've seen the trailers, like Godzilla is clearly there's even a map in the trailer where it shows like Apex bases, and coincidentally, Godzilla has attacked all those areas. So it's possible they could be just trying to frame, not exactly frame him, but like it kind of just makes Godzilla look bad because he's actually trying to stop him. But at the same time, to get into the base, he has to destroy his way through the cities to get to it. So if anything, it's not 100% his fault. Godzilla's not a fucking human. He's a giant lizard titan that thinks differently from humans. It's pretty much God in this movie.
Of course. Yeah, definitely.
I believe it's due because
Godzilla 263 says, I believe this theory because JC Entertainment said similar stuff.
Oh, yeah, I know, JC. I definitely believe this theory too. I definitely 100% believe this one.
Yeah, so I think my guess is that the reason why Godzilla and Kong are fighting is Again, not just because of an ancient rivalry, not just because they hate each other. I think it's a misunderstanding.
Definitely.
Yeah, that could be the reason. And it makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. May I take the last one?
All right, Gabester. We're reaching number 1, and it's all yours, buddy.
Here we go. Number 1, Mechagodzilla in Disguise. The real-life Twitter account of aforementioned Apex bills himself as Kangensi and control a new age of monsters. Parry this of a blink and you'll miss a moment from Godzilla's Kong trailer and your mind goes to Mechagodzilla. Honestly, what other solutions can make scientific community offer than a man-made machine of a comparable size that of Titans? Like an Apex Predator. Fans have speculated that Godzilla didn't actually break bad, but is being impersonated by a lifelike robotic twin. Consider this Apex turning Godzilla into a villain so they can swope and serve as humanity saviors. It's twisted, but it would also make for epic climactic battle. So, first off, they didn't even explain the whole fucking theory, right? And two, why would they use fake Godzilla in a movie? Like this would pretty much make a whole other plot and would make Godzilla and Kong team up. Honestly, I 100% disagree with this. I'm not gonna get too much into this because I did a whole ass video debunking fake Godzilla, and now I'll have to do part 2 because of all the recent TV spots we've been getting. There's always new evidence left and right, so I'm gonna have to do that real soon.
Yep, of course. I've seen the video. Good job, by the way. And yes, this theory has been the number 1 talked about when the trailer came out. Like, honestly, I mean, to tell you the truth, it's getting tiresome. Yes, we do know Mechagodzilla is in the movie. However, there is no fake Godzilla in the movie. It's just Godzilla and Kong beating the shit out of each other and, fighting because not just of an ancient rivalry, but because of a misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm. Either that or, well, once again, they pin each other to fight. They make each other fight, but at the same time, I don't know why fake Godzilla would just have to be involved with that. And plus, it's just, what's the point of framing Godzilla with that? What's the big idea of framing him?
I mean, of course, although there is, a possibility that a certain character, aka Ren Serizawa, but I'm saving that for a theory of my own, could possibly have like a grudge against the Big G. They could want to, let's say, make like a fake replica just to make, the Big G look bad, and that the whole entire world would hate him, and that, they need Kong because they think Kong is gonna save them all. So,
Oh, God. Well, I've been hearing some stuff about Serizawa. He's probably, yes, he does have a grudge against something. He's gonna be similar to Emra, but not exactly as fucked up as she is, though. Definitely not like that.
Yeah, of course. And there's no doubt he is technically the leader of Apex.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
He could. We don't know for sure.
Or unless, Jonah, remember him?
Yeah, I heard he may come back for this movie. Who knows? We shall see. We have to see.
Yeah, we shall see.
Definitely Mark and Maddie return.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty cool. It is pretty cool to see him come back for another Kong movie. He was in the 2005 one, the one that plays Mark.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm. So, what else do we have on this list?
This list, I think we pretty much covered everything.
Everything? Okay. Oh wait, there's one more, but I need to find it first. We still have not proven how hybrid network is bad. Still need to prove that point. Let me see if I can find an article about this so that we don't have to watch a whole ass video about it. You know what? I can't find one, but I do know something else we could talk about though. These other specific YouTubers, there's good ones and there's bad ones. Some do it. Some I'm not gonna point out names of who's doing the bad stuff, but some are clearly just doing this for the money because all they do is just they put something in pretty much just they put clickbait in there. They put a lot of clickbait around their shit. They talk about it for like 5 seconds and then they just move on to something else. But there's also good people with good info like Dangerville. Yes, he has his biased opinions, but he usually says it like towards the end or like when he's done speaking about that specific theory.
Well, it's not just. There are actually two guys who are in Dangerville.
Yeah, Jacob. I forgot the other guy's name.
Alistair.
Oh yeah, Alistair. Yeah, Al. Yeah, I forgot about him. Oh yeah, Dante Dodson was with Dangerville for one time.
Oh yeah, I watched a video about that.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, they did. Dante was pretty happy to be in there too.
Yep, I bet he was.
Got anything else we should talk about?
Well, but back to the topic at hand. You said that, yeah, there are good and there are bad YouTubers out there, right?
Yeah, like I said earlier, how you didn't want to call people out. I'm not going to call out people specifically, but just take note of how they act in the video and take note of what they say, and you'll see who's actually pretty good and who's pretty bad. And some like to step out of their territory or just they make it somehow turn out toxic and it's going to turn all the fans against each other. Like Fall Captain America Civil War test style.
Yes, I agree, definitely. And you know, I've seen some nasty things being said in both sides, which, you know, it's like, I mean, it's like, guys, it's just a movie. Stop treating it like it's life and death, okay? You have your opinions, they have theirs. Let's respect each other, okay?
100%, man.
Yeah.
You got anything else to add to this?
Anything else? I'm not sure, to be honest.
Let's anything else to add to this specifically? I know there's something else I want to add. So give me 1 second to think about it. What was it? You know, does anybody that's watching this, do you guys ever get that thing where like you're about to say something that you just immediately forget what the fuck you're gonna say?
Oh yes, I had that plenty of times.
Jesus. Right now, this is one of those moments I know it involved Godzilla and Kong, or at least one of them. Oh, I know. It's another theory. I remember now. Gamera and Godzilla versus Kong.
Really?
Yes, really. So, give me 1 second. I'm going to go to the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer. I'm going to say the screenshot that makes everybody actually believe this bullshit. I'm also going to send you another picture of some concept that makes this theory, that makes people believe it's more believable when it really doesn't really. It's for a completely whole other movie. So, stand by, everybody. Got the first image. Now I have to go to the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer. I'm not gonna play it out because I don't want to get freaking copyrights on here. This trail is epic. Where could this part be at? Godzilla three people don't know why. Come on, where the heck is it? I respect Kong fans. You do. That's good. Oh, found it. Found it.
Yeah, that's good. I respect them too. However, there are some that, I get very irritated about.
Okay. I sent you 2 pictures. Let's look at the first one first.
Okay, let's see what you sent us. Oh no.
Yep.
Okay, let me share. Oh yes, this particular.
No. Show the other one first. The other one.
Oh, the other one. Okay.
Okay. So everybody that's watching this, this is Michael Dougherty's concept art for King of the Monsters. As you can see, you got Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, and Ghidorah there. And you can see there's other monsters in the background too. There was another one of Gigan, but that's not really the main point of this. But in the pictures, you can see silhouettes of Kamacuras, Kamunga, Baragon, Anguirus, and if you see on the right down corner, you can see a monster that it could either be Camebus or Gamma, but it's obviously Gamma because why would it be Camebus? But still, definitely looks a lot like Gamma. And now, this is just concept art. This doesn't mean it's gonna happen nor was in the movie, either because of rights issues or because they didn't want to cram in too much of it and they just wanted to become creative at the same time. So now that I got that part out of the way, let's pull up the next image here.
Yes.
Okay. This is a screenshot from Godzilla versus the first Godzilla versus Kong trailer, where Kong is about to put his hand on that one handprint under Hollow Earth. And if you see back there, you can see this little flying thing that's shooting blue flames out of his back. And people are saying that it's Gamera. So I'm gonna send you one more picture of Gamera, and this is why people think it looks like him. Yes, we do need that. That'll be pretty cool. But
yeah, I agree. We do need a Godzilla versus Gamera movie. However, unless Toho and Daiei can, come to terms and make it,
or maybe the MonsterVerse is possible. But right now, there was supposed to be one a long time ago. But I'm gonna make a whole different video about that. So stay put on that. But here are 2 more pictures for you to show, Al. So,
okay.
That flying silhouette in the background looks people have been saying it kind of resembles this. So I'm waiting for Alzo over here to pull those up.
Okay.
As you can see, that's one picture of the Showa Gamera with blue flames coming out, and I'm pretty sure that's the Heisei Gamera with, once again, flying with blue flames coming out of his back. So let's go back to the other picture. Since you saw those pictures, people have been assuming that Gamera is the one in the background. First off, why would Gamera be back there in the first place? They're cramming in way too much in the movie, and this is just not enough proof. It could literally, if you see if you see other trailers. Oh, thank you. But go back to the other image though, like the Kong one, the Kong. But yeah, right there, in other trailers you can see that it's clearly just a flying ship thing, and there's a crap ton of other ones too in a different trailer. You can see a whole bunch of them swimming in. This is not Gamera, folks. This is just a flying ship. It has the shape of Gamera. It shoots blue flames, but that does not mean it's Gamera. Okay? Theory about Gamera, GVK, debunked by me. Let's see what Owls Online has to say.
Yeah, I mean, this theory is just ridiculous. And even if Gamera is in the movie, which that would be cool, I doubt it because, they have to get permission from the company that owns Gamera in order to use him. Like, I think it's Kodakawa now. But yeah, why do people believe that Gamera is in the movie when, there is literally no proof of this? Like, seriously, this, just because this kind of looks like this, that does not mean it's real. This is obviously a space shuttle, something like that, that they are going in the Hollow Earth with Kong, discovering, the ancient rivalry between him and Godzilla. This does not mean that Gamera is in the movie.
Indeed. So, do you have anything else we should add here, Al?
Anything else? Well, you know what? I think that pretty much is it. I think this is, you know, I think, this is, we should wrap up this stream.
Alrighty. So, I guess Alzilla, thank you for so much for having me on your channel, featuring here once again. And
No
I hope I
problem,
explained to
Gabester.
everybody here, and I hope this video the message gets spread. Everybody needs to see this live stream of everything we just talked about for GVK. And yes, subscribe to Gabester Studios. Subscribe to Alzilla09. He deserves more. He's been in this community for like over 10 years. He should get something out of this. And yeah, thanks for watching the stream. See you guys whenever. And Alzo, go ahead and do your outro.
Sure thing. Thank you all so much for being in the stream. I do apologize, if we sounded, kind of negative, but it's just we only did this because we're just tired of these dumb claims going around and stuff. But anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to subscribe to my friend Gabester here. He's a really great guy, does really good content and all that stuff. And anyways, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or live stream. So take care. Good night. Peace.
Oish.